full force type stuff. You know what I mean? I thought it was like it was a hard shot, but it wasn't like. I just hit him so clean, like where I hit him at, snapped his neck and everything. And if somebody neck turn like that.
Now you gotta wait. Now you gotta do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting through the mud.
Down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So why would
Davis is locked in and ready for his rematch with Lamont Roach, promising he won't leave it to the judges this time. He's aiming for a knockout. In their first fight, Davis talked a lot but didn't deliver. Now he's coming, in sharper, meaner, and fully focused on getting the win. Fans are expecting a high-stakes battle with Tank looking to redeem himself. Tensions already boiling after a fiery exchange during their exclusive interview on Fox.
What is he in for this Saturday night?
I rule the weekend. I rule the weekend for sure. He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But come March the 1st, it's all about skill versus skill. And who had the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Davis's recent draw with Lamont Roach has shaken up his reputation in the boxing world. Once praised for his knockout power and unbeaten streak, he's now facing criticism and doubt. Boxing analyst Tim Bradley didn't hold back, saying Davis's name took a hit after that result, and stressing how important it is for him to bounce back. Bradley also predicted the rematch won't go past 6 rounds, underlining the pressure on Davis to make a strong, convincing statement this time.
I look like a real businessman now, you know? He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of toned it and tamed it, calmed it and tamed it down, toned it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely put on the display show, put on the show, and I think he's gonna win, man. I think he's gonna win by knockout.
How long does that fight go, in your opinion?
It won't go past 6.
Wow, everyone's been saying that.
I don't think it goes past 6.
Why?
What's up, fam?
Why do you guys think it
Nah, there's too many hoes in the game of too many hoes. Can improve in or improve on, and you know they're gonna come back and they're gonna put their best foot forward, bro. But like, look, if this shit don't motivate you, Tank, you know, the fact you got to draw, the fact that you had a big fight lined up with Jake Paul after this, and now you got to wait, and now you got to do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting drugged through the mud. You know, and all those fans that was on his side, bro, a lot of them are switching teams now. You know, so you know, look, he got a lot to prove, not only to himself, but a lot to prove to his fans and his fan base out there. So he go back in there, had his rematch, and he do what he's supposed to do, like he's supposed to do the first time around. Then all the shit that happened in the past, it swept under the rug, because that's just how, you know, the fans is and the sport is. You know, and then he moves on to.
Roach is full of confidence as he gears up for the rematch with Davis. In a recent interview, he made it clear that he believes in himself and feels fully prepared to take on Davis again.
I feel like you got a certain confidence about this fight that I've interviewed a few different Tank opponents. Everybody gonna say like, yeah, you know, everybody say this shit. That's what you're supposed to say, right? Like I'm going into a fight. I don't think people thinking they're gonna lose, but it just feels like you have a different confidence than most other people. Where do you feel like that comes from?
That's just how I'm wired, bro. I ain't never backed down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So why would it?
Lamont Roach Sr., Roach's father and trainer, praised his son's focus and dedication during training. While he's unsure about Davis's current mindset or when the rematch will happen, he's confident in his son's work ethic and preparation.
Like I expected, but I knew my son was game. Training camp, he was so focused and locked in. I knew that we was gonna put on a great performance, and it was kind of like stolen away from him a little bit with the decision. But the world got to see how good he is, so that's the plus to come out of this. So he really stamped himself in the boxing world more so with this performance. So like I say, that's why it's bittersweet.
Is it?
We get it. We talked to the team. You know, he fresh off this fight just like everyone else. You know what I'm saying? He might be talking off some whispers or things like that, but I don't know his plans. I don't know his management team and stuff like that. But I know the fans want the rematch, and he should get the fans what they want.
Do you think we could see a rematch take place back in Washington now?
That'd be great. Why not? They just broke the Barclay gate, so I think it'll sell out fast back home.
The first fight between Davis and Roach ended in a majority draw, sparking heavy debate among fans and experts. Prominent promoter Eddie Hearn didn't hold back, saying Davis should have lost and deserved a point deduction. The controversial outcome has only added fuel to the fire, with many calling for a rematch to finally settle things once and for all.
I can fight Gervonta.
Maybe not. I mean, I think he's had a result, to be honest with you, because one, he should have lost the fight. I mean, he should have had a point deducted. There's no doubt about that. But two, people criticised the Roach fight. I knew it would be a good fight because we know Roach is a good fighter, but people in boxing know that Roach is a good fighter. Now it's giving him another fight. Because if he would have beaten Roach, he's kind of backed in a corner to fight Shakur Stevenson, I think. But now he's got a rematch that's actually much bigger than the first fight. So yeah, I think he'll be more switched on for this maybe, but Roach is a good fighter, it won't be easy.
Trainer Greg Hackett admitted the first fight was close and tough to call, making it hard to predict who will come out on top in the rematch. He pointed out that both fighters have shown the grit and skill needed to win. Julian Gonzalez echoed that view, saying Davis and Roach will give everything they've got, highlighting just how evenly matched this rivalry really is.
You got to learn from the first fight. And you got to bring something different, but at the same time, you still got to be careful. That goes for both sides. You can't pick a winner. The fight was too good. Can't pick a winner. I see where Lamont neutralized Tank, and I see where Tank neutralized Lamont. Somebody gotta go even further. This might be one of them Jones, man. We might see 3 of these. No bullshit. We might see 3 of these Jones.
Is this a lesson to boxing fans?
Renowned boxer Claressa Shields stressed how important mental health is ahead of the rematch. She voiced concern about Davis's aggressive comments and suggested he might benefit from therapy to deal with any deeper issues. Shields believes that focusing on his mental well-being will help Davis both in life and inside the ring.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that. And I was just like, what in the world? And like that type of stuff when you've been fighting and knocking people out and fighting main events. I mean, he fought main events here at T-Mobile against some of the best fighters. And it's just like, to see that he got evicted from his home and all this other stuff. Now he got kids and, you know, he's not signed with TMT. Mayweather. Yeah.
No,
Promotions,
he's on his own,
anymore. It's like when I hear him talk, he's like he want to be a nicer guy for his daughters and he don't want to be
therapy.
I think he would be better and even a better fighter if he went and did therapy like ASAP. Because I can just tell like he's a little sad, he's a little depressed, even before this fight, you know. So I think it'd be a better fight. I think that Lamont has the mental edge. I think anybody right now would have the mental edge over Tank because to me he just needs to take some serious time to like, you know, deal with whatever he's having to deal with. Nobody knows what it is, but I mean, me being a fighter, I have done plenty of camps where I was depressed and where I was going through anxiety. So it's not an easy thing to get over, especially when you don't have the support from certain people that you used to have. You're not motivated and stuff like that. So it can be very, very tough. So I just hope that he gets help.
If Davis decides to skip the rematch, Roach has other options lined up. He's talked with Shakur Stevenson and is open to facing Keyshawn Davis or Vasyl Lomachenko if Lomachenko is still active. These possible fights show Roach's drive and readiness to take on top-level opponents no matter what Davis does.
Best fighters in the world.
Now let's say this fight with Tank doesn't happen for some reason, knock on wood for y'all. Who would you want to fight next and what would be the next contender, whether it be at 135 or at 130?
So if it's at 135, obviously it's going to be a champ. You got Shakur Stevenson, you got Keyshawn Davis, and Lomachenko if he's not retired. We already talked to Shakur, and that we like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like he on board. So
he on board. What do you mean?
Like, I talked to him, like, personally, like, me and him, and he was like, you know, we can run it. If, you know, if he not going to give you the fight, even before the fight, he was like, after you win, we can unify. I was like, for sure.
Rising star Keyshawn Davis has expressed interest in facing Lamont Roach before the much-anticipated rematch. He hinted that the rematch might happen later, showing he's eager to step into the ring with Roach in the meantime. This adds an extra twist to the already exciting lightweight division.
So he fights somebody, it's the same thing that we're saying about Tank, right? Like, he fights somebody that that's a lot lighter than him. He takes that fight and he gets whooped by Bud. That shit just kind of changes the narrative a little bit.
I feel like the only point if I could, in the perfect world, if I could have it, like how I want to have it, thank God Lamont Roach made a name for 135 division because we needed somebody.
Okay.
Let's be real. So now we got a new person. Thank God. So now we got Lamont Roach. If I can have it my way, Shakur and Tank, y'all go ahead and fight. Y'all go ahead and do that. Y'all go ahead and do that. Let me fight Lamont.
I like that.
Y'all don't rematch just yet. Cause y'all still gonna have to rematch. Y'all still can rematch.
Yeah.
However it go between me, Lamont, and Shakur and Tank.
Yeah.
However it go, y'all still can rematch.
Word? You ain't lying.
That's the businessman right there.
And that's two mega fights. That's a mega fight for Gervonta, and that's another big fight for Lamont.
Yeah.
And then Lamont still can go off.
Gilberto Mendoza, president of the World Boxing Association, WBA, has made it clear he wants to make the Davis-Roach rematch happen. He stressed how important it is to resolve the controversy from their first fight and get a decisive result this time. Mendoza's dedication highlights just how important this matchup is for the boxing world.
Apparently it's been reported that the WBA president, Gervonta Mendoza, will apparently pursue a rematch between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach after that controversial majority draw decision. That many others, including myself, we were absolutely disgusted by that decision. It feels like that it was an absolute robbery for Lamont Roach, as I do think he deserved to get the W. Especially for Lamont, he deserves that rematch, especially when he proved all the doubters, including myself, that he deserves to be in the ring with Tank Davis. If this doesn't happen for whatever reason, then apparently Shakur Stevenson has offered a chance to Lamont to go for his title, which would be great, to be honest with you. And something should be done about that referee. I mean, that was absolutely disgraceful for what he did over there. And he's the reason why Lamont really didn't get that W, to be honest with you. But I'm pretty sure nothing will happen. Guys, with all of this happening, let me know what you all think.
Boxer Lonnie B has praised Lamont Roach's potential to become a world champion. He pointed out Roach's strong determination and clear confidence as signs that he can take control in the upcoming fight against Davis. Lonnie B's support adds weight to Roach's rising reputation in the boxing world.
I gotta go with Tank, because he got that equalizer. It's only a matter of time before he land, but I will say this, shout out to Lamont Roach, man. I like the way he's talking. He's talking like a champion. He ain't showing Tank no respect. See, those my kind of dudes. When dudes get opportunity like this and they rise to the occasion and they don't let the media and their opponent and the politics bully them, they fight back. Like, yo, I don't care what he did to who, he fighting me, and I don't care how many of y'all praise him and worship him, he's going to sleep. And Lamont Roach talking a good game, but he got to fight one. It's a big difference when you talking and on fight night, when you walk out to that arena, and it's a whole different ball game. So if he can deal with the pressure and deal with everything leading up to the fight like a champion, I believe, now mind you, that might not translate to a win, but a star can be born. And if he give Tank a good fight and don't get stopped and give Tank a good fight, a star can be born.
Coach Bernie stressed that Roach needs to fine-tune his strategy for the rematch. While he praised Roach's solid showing in the first fight, Bernie noted there were moments when more aggression might have changed the momentum. His advice highlights how important smart adjustments will be for Roach to come out on top this time.
Documentary, you know, but he did good, Lamont Roach. But only thing, like I say, if he gonna go back and wish he threw his hands more, he might start getting mad at himself and realize that he when he watches the fight, it feel good to hear everybody say that, but when you go watch the fight and you realize, I let him slide too much. Like even the last round, he's standing there posing, looking at the man like and then he got caught with a jab. That wasn't good.
Fans first thought Davis would easily dominate Roach, especially since Roach moved up a weight class. But Roach's toughness and strong showing changed the game. He proved he could take Davis's punches and keep the pressure on, which boosted his confidence and shifted how people see him as the rematch approaches.
Nobody, and I repeat, nobody likes ties in a damn boxing fight, bro. A tie? Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like around round 8 or 9, that was going crazy. Like it was back and forth and everything, but like, come on now, stop it. Stop. Davis was supposed to get that fight, bro. He was supposed to win, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, who's ever in charge, bro? If it ends in a tie, y'all are going to immediately fight until somebody gets knocked out. Simple as that. Whoever falls first loses. It is that simple, bro. It is that simple. Because if they do a rematch and it's lamer than this fight, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So you might as well fight immediately right after that. Like what are we doing? A tie? Cap. I call cap.
Julian Gonzalez expects both Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach to bring their best in the upcoming rematch. He sees the first fight as a close battle with no clear winner. This time, he predicts both fighters will push even harder, knowing what's on the line. Davis, determined to restore his reputation, will likely be more aggressive. Roach, confident in his skills, will want to prove he belongs at the top. Gonzalez predicts a fierce fight, where each fighter makes key changes to claim a clear win in this highly awaited matchup.
Who do you feel like wins the rematch?
Who wins the rematch?
Yeah.
They're both gonna come ready again. That's it. See, the first one was a tough one too. I think I had Lamont pulling it off. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, smudge. Like I wasn't mad at the draw. You know.
Gary Russell Jr. shared his thoughts on the first fight, saying Roach matched Davis punch for punch but didn't do enough to clearly win the belt. He stressed that to beat a champion like Davis, a challenger has to outbox him decisively. Russell's view shows the tough road Roach faces in the rematch and the high level he needs to reach to come out on top. The upcoming Davis-Roach rematch is filled with stories of redemption, controversy, and ambition. Davis wants to fix his damaged reputation, while Roach hopes to prove he's a serious contender. Expert opinions, mental health concerns, and possible alternative fights add more layers to this story. As both fighters prepare, the boxing world is eager to see a clear and final outcome in this gripping rivalry.
He's 100% correct. Personally, I had Gervonta Davis up a round, because whenever you have rounds where nobody's doing anything, I'm not just going to do what most people do, and especially people that don't like Gervonta Davis, which is just give the round to the other guy because Gervonta Davis didn't manage to knock him out that round. Okay, so this is Gary Russell Jr. clearly saying, man, no, I don't think Lamont Roach won that fight. You also had Al Bernstein, and Al Bernstein, I'm telling you, is a very, very straight, fair guy who I don't know if he was on that call, but he used to work with Showtime. I don't know if he was on there. I don't recall if I heard him. I think it was Rolly Ronaldo that was calling it. But Al Bernstein, who was a very, very objective person, said, hey, look, no, sorry to break it to you, but Gervonta Davis won that fight. Yeah, Lamont Roach put up a really good fight, but Lamont Roach was not dynamic. He did not do anything to really separate himself from Gervonta Davis. He just kept it equal. He just tried to keep it even the entire fight. And that's not enough, again, to take the belt from the champion. Now, I do want to say that the people that thought that Lamont Roach won, I don't have any problem with that. I really don't have a problem with it at all. I personally, again, had a point for Gervonta Davis, but I could see how those swing rounds really could go, depending on who's looking at it, really could go different ways, right? But I had him winning. Larry Hazard, who was the ref, who was calling it on the air.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more. See you next time.